Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well. And much due honors and shalom to the hopeful elect that's giving our diligence to making your calling and election sure, in all faith, true sincerity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled the job description. All right, because coming to this truth, guys think that this is just something to do on the weekend. You got these fly-by-night Israelites. They come into this thing, not knowing what comes with being in this truth, and really through the Spirit, which it just clicked in my mind. Now that I'm starting this video, because I made mention about the job description, in one of my recent videos, and which inspired me to do this video, entitle this video as the job description. And what just popped in my head about this guy that just recent guy that fell out. He didn't understand the description that comes with this work that we're involved in. All right. It's not an easy, it's not an easy task, man. All right. And guys fell out for numerous amounts of reasons. Okay. But this truth, what comes with this truth is, sorrows, sorrow of heart, because we're in a time of mourning. All right. We have our times to where, we cut back and enjoy ourselves, because when we're in this truth, man, this is the only time, and me and the brothers and in my camp, we can attest to this. When we kick back, and just chill out, just break bread, that's the only time that we can be ourselves, man. Because when we leave the camps, when we're through doing the work for or through going out in the highways and byways for that week, on that Saturday, we go back and we're back in back in the mix, man. All right, we had to dwell amongst dullards, niggas, nigger woman, crackers, the heathens. All right, and everything else under the sun, man. You gotta face demons. All right, demons been plaguing our minds, battling with sicknesses. But that comes with the job description, man. All right, that comes with doing his work and coming under the banner of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You got to bite it, man. All right. But at the end of this thing, once everything is said and done, and Babylon the Great, which is America, is destroyed, and Esau is taken into slavery, then we'll be able to fully enjoy the fruits of our labors. All right. But for right now, man, it's time to work, man. All right. Yeah, that might be another lesson. It's time to work. But yeah, man, it's time to work, man. All right. And we'll sleep in the kingdom, man. That's all I got to say, because that's one of the things that I keep in mind, is that, man, you know what? I'll sleep when I'm in the kingdom. Right now, man, it's time to work. Okay. But once again, like the title says, the job description, this is what we must do in order to fill that role perfectly. All right. And to continue on and what we're supposed to do. Okay. Now, first scripture I want to get is Romans, the 12th chapter, start at verse 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And that's right, man. Giving our bodies as a living sacrifice. And what's that talking about? Doing this work. Go down on the highways and byways, teach this word, put up videos, and continue on in the things which are pleasing to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and to put off the old man, which we used to be, which was back in the world. All right. That's putting our bodies as a living sacrifice. We pretty much destroying the flesh by the Spirit. All right, because even though we're residing in these corruptible bodies, but our spirits our spirit overcomes the flesh. All right, actually, let me grab a precept on that, because Paul made a statement on that. It says, though the outward man perish. Let's see. The 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, start at verse 16. It says, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. All right. So the outward man continually perish, man. But the inward man, which is the spirit, is renewed day by day. All right. Which is going into our daily bread, man. All right, because even Yahushua made that statement where it says, men shall not live by bread alone, but by actually, let me get that real quick because I don't want to butcher it. Precepts flying off the head right now. Matthew's the 4th chapter, starting at the 4th verse. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. And that's right, man. All right. It said, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High, which is these scriptures. Okay. And what's contained within the scriptures? Yahushua, whom the word inwardly called Jesus. Because it says that, for lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me, saith Yahushua. Okay. So once again, going back to Romans, the 12th chapter, verse 1, it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy. And, oh yeah, by the way, fun fact, the word holy also means separate. All right. So you have to separate yourselves from the rest of the world until Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay. It says, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world. Right. Be not conformed to this world and putting off that old man which was back in the world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. And that's right. To be transformed by the renewing of your mind, man. All right. And that's what it means to be born again. All right. When you renew your mind, because once that old man dies, you start fresh. Okay. Now, going from there, I want to get the book of 1 Corinthians. Let's see, 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, start at verse 15. It says, but he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? And that's a question that's being posed. So who has known the mind of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that he may instruct him? All right. Because the majority of the world doesn't know the mind of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's why they pushing out this Christianity doctrine of love every single person around you, and to accept everybody and everything under the sun. All right. So they don't know the mind of the Most High. All right. They don't know the mind of the Lord. Okay. Also, too, it says that he may instruct them. So that falls behind knowing the mind of the Lord. So if you know the mind of the Lord, then you know what his instructions are. All right. In other words, you know what he wants done. All right. Just like, you have a boss, you know what your boss expects out of you. All right. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, what your boss expects you to do, then he's going to curse you out. All right. And worse, he's going to fire you. All right. And being fired from this work is to fall out. Okay. Now reading on, it says, but we have the mind of Yahushai. All right. Which Yahushai comes in likeness of his Father. All right. And he does the will of his Father. All right. So going on from there, I want to get the book of 2 Timothy, 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. And actually, I'm gonna start around here. This is a good verse to start with. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach." And that's what that other guy didn't do, man. All right. The other guy, we called him Itazawam, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm not very good with names, like you. But he couldn't endure the hardness as a good soldier, man. All right. The afflictions was getting to him. All right, and that lets you know, man, the guy wasn't fit for the role. All right, he couldn't endure that affliction. He couldn't endure the hardness and the harshness that he had to go through, and he fell out and he bitched up. All right, it says, so when you reading again, it says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life," man. There it is again, man. It's reiterate what it was saying in Romans the 12th chapter. Where it speaks about be ye not conformed to this world. All right. So it says, no man that warreth, right? It's like it. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. All right. So be not conformed to this world. All right. So that you may please the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who have chosen you to be a soldier. All right. Now, I wanted to go down to this verse, but that verse caught my eye through the Spirit. I meant to get 2 Timothy, the 4th chapter, starting at the second verse. Start at verse 1. It says, "I charge thee therefore before the Most High and the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season." All right. So right here, man, it says, preach the word, man. Do the work. All right. Be instant in season, out of season. All right. And, especially here in the South, man, it's really doesn't get as cold as it does in the North, but we had weekends to where during the winter season, man, it was just completely brick cold, man. Like dropping down into the teens, all right? Like 15 degrees, 20, all the way up to the 20 degrees, 20 degree weather, man. All right? But you have brothers that are out, up north in New York, even in Alaska, that's out in the 5 degree weather, going to 0. Hell, man, maybe even below 0, man. All right, so that's why Scripture say, preach the word and be instant in season and out of season. When it's hot, the hot summer days, when it's scorching outside, and then out of season when we're in the brick cold. Okay. It says, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, and that's not being a nice guy. All right, when you reprove, right, and rebuke and exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, you're not nice about it, man. All right, we already looked at what that word nice means. Okay, you can go look it up. You can go look at the etymology of the word nice, and you'll find out what it is. Okay. But to reprove and rebuke and exhort with all suffering and doctrine, we go out there and these people, they call us everything under the sun calls out of our names, But the thing is that, when we preach this word, we're rough, man. All right, because why is that? Because Yahushua was a rough man. All right, John the Baptist, he was a rough man. Okay, so when this word come out, gonna come out rough and raw, man. All right. I mean, there's no other way that you can put it. When you tell somebody that you're going to die for what you're doing, you're going to be destroyed. When we tell Esau is going into slavery and the heathens are going to be under our foot, we're not going to put that nicely. All right. even to 2/3 of our people, man. When we rebuke them, all right, when we curse them out, and yeah, we are supposed to curse them out, all right. That's not you're not unright. I mean, it's not an unrighteous thing to curse out our own people, because why is that? Because if that was the case, then Jeremiah would have been wicked, all right. David, he would have been wicked, because David made mention of the ones of his own household that came up against him, all right. Even Yahushua cursed out his own people, and he wasn't, you know, good and well he wasn't wicked. Okay. Now, continuing on, is going to actually explain further in verse 3. It says, "For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine." So they're not going to endure this harshness, the roughness of this word, man. All right. But after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. All right, something sweet that they want to hear, man. Okay. Now, I want to go from there. I want to get the book of Luke, the 14th chapter. Let's see, the book of Luke, chapter 14, and it's at verse 23. It says, "And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled." And that's a clear commandment of what to do. Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. And you got guys that literally have a problem with that. They have a problem with coming out on the highways and byways. All right, man. It's 2018, and guys still have a problem with doing that, man. Right, but they let you know who's who, man. They let you know who belongs to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who doesn't, man. All right, and that's a part of being a soldier, being out on the front lines, man. All right, when you out there against all the elements, that's a test of your faith right there. All right, having to stand out for long hours, or whatever position that we may be in. Yeah, that's a test of your faith, man. That's a test of being a soldier for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay. Now I want to go from there. I want to get the book of Sirach. Let's see. I have to go into the table of contents. I'd be flipping all day if I try to flip through the book. All right, so this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. And this also comes with a job description. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." So them temptations are going to come no matter what, man. No one is exempt from that. From the apostle elders all the way on down. Yahushua was even tempted when he was doing the work. All right, our Lord Yahushua was tempted. Okay. So it said, "Prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright." All right, get your mind right. Prepare your mind, because those temptations are going to come. All right, and constantly endure. And the guy that fell out, he couldn't endure it. He couldn't endure all the temptations and the tribulations and the anguish that he was going through. All right, he couldn't take it, and he fell right out. All right, and it says, "And make not haste in time of trouble." Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's read on. It's a lot more on this. Let me get some more. Verse 3 says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away." And hang on for dear life, man. All right. Hang on for dear life. It says that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So when the time comes to where the Lord amplifies his, or should I say, what's what I'm looking for? Pretty much amp up the spirit through his men. Then that's what it means by being increased at that last end. Because at the end, getting very close to the climax, his men is going to be magnified. All right. Now, verse 4 says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state." All right. So whenever you're taking, all the punishments, the pain that you're going through, say, hey, take it cheerfully, man. Why is that? Because let me go back to the blue letter. See, we're a quick precept. Now, this is Job, the 5th chapter, starting at verse 17. It says, "Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty." And that's right, man. Really, man, that's chastening is really the things that you're going through is purifying you. All right. Let me grab another one that explains that. Zechariah, the 13th chapter, verse 9. It says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua is my power." All right. So you have to be brought through the fire, which is the chastening of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is purifying you, because when you put silver and gold through fire, is being refined, all right, and being purified. Okay. So that's what he's doing to this men, and guys don't get that, man. All right. The only thing the Lord was doing was purifying you, and really, when they were put through the fire and being tried, really it lets you know what type of metal or what type of material they were, because some get put through fire and they get burnt up. All right, like wood, and they just fall right out, man, or get kicked out. Okay. Now verse 4, it says, reading on in verse 4, it says, "And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried," there it is, verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." All right. So there it is, man. It said gold is tried in the fire, like we read earlier in Zechariah, the 13th chapter, the 9th verse, about the silver and the gold being tried and refined in the fire. And it says, "And acceptable men," acceptable, chosen, all right, because that's another way of saying acceptable, chosen, and chosen men in the furnace of adversity. So through adversity, men are chosen through that, man. All right. And right now what we're facing, man, is light, man. This is light compared to what's coming in the future. Pursuing Daniel, the 12th chapter, starting at the 1st verse. Okay. Now I'm glad this last precept, but then I'm gonna close it on out. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Just want to present this plate to you, this plate of food. Present this plate of food to you. Go ahead and eat up, man. All right. It's Matthew's the 10th chapter, start at verse 24. It says, "The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord." Verse 25, it says, "It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household?" All right. So right here, the point in this verse is that it is enough for the disciple, all right, which the word disciple goes into the word discipline. That's another thing, man. A lot of guys are not disciplined, man. All right. It takes a lot of discipline and dedication to do this work, man. All right. Some guys just don't have it. Okay. I should say a lot of guys don't have it. All right. I'll put it to you like that, because there was a lot of guys that came and went like the wind. All right. It says enough for a disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord, that they have called the master of his house Beelzebub, right? Being called out of our names, all right? Taking on the shit, for lack of a better term, from our own people. All right. It says, how much more shall they call them of his household? All right. So if they call the Lord, Satan and the devil, then how much more us, man? All right, because we're a part of his household. All right, we're the servants that's residing in his household. Okay. So the same thing that Yahushua went through, we also got to go through as well. All right. So with that, Lord willing, you members of the Hope Elect, you sincere Akim was edified with this video. And until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Chodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that's still pushing this word ahead strong for years and years on end. Double honors unto them. Shalom and peace and safety to the hopefully elect. Much due honors to them, or should I say much due honors to the hopefully elect that's continually pushing his word wholeheartedly, sincerely, and faithfulness. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.